Right, let's start with your name and your date of birth.
Right, my name is John Froggatt, and I was born in 1932, the 1st of August 1932, in a medium-sized town in South Yorkshire. Yes, I think it's South Yorkshire, called Mexborough.
Nice area. Was it a nice area?
I don't know whether it was nice or not.
How long did you live there for?
I lived there until I was, 25 or 6, yes. Yeah.
Right, so quite a long time then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you must have an opinion on the place then, like what was there?
Well, I lived in this small village called Kilnhurst, which was a really industrial village. It had a steelworks, it had a chemical works, it had 2 stations, it had a pit, a coal mine that is, and it had a brickworks and other odds and sods. But I don't think it was more than, I don't know how many people there, say guess 10,000 at the most.
So not huge.
No, not very big, no. It was mainly the housing estates were mainly built by the local council. There was like 3 housing estates, I suppose. Yeah, and yeah.
When was the last time you were there then? When you were
Oh.
25?
Yes, I suppose so, yes.
You've not visited that exact village since.
Sorry?
You've not visited that village since leaving.
No. Well, when I was first married, and Sylvia came from the same area, so we used to visit them, visit our mums and dads, her mum and dad, my mum and dad, when they were alive. But of course, all 4 generally died in the end.
So it's been a long time since you've been there.
Yes, it's quite a long time since I've been to Killers, yeah.
Be interesting to see it now, wouldn't it? See what's changed.
I don't think it'll have changed very much.
No?
No.
Right. Maybe you'll have to find out. You have to go visit.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about your childhood. Do you have like a first memory as a child? What's your earliest memory?
Well, yes, my mum and dad had like a greengrocer's. Only a little thing, part of a it was a row of can't think of the word, terraced houses, and one of them was turned into a shop.
Right.
So they had that, and there was a yard behind it. And behind the yard was the school, the local school. So I lived next door to the school.
Ideal.
Till I was about, I can't remember when we moved to the other shop. I think I was about 5 or 6. My dad must have been doing quite well, working for himself, because he had a house built. It's a detached house built further in the village, well, on the edge of the village, I suppose. I remember it was a detached 3-bedroom house, and it cost, I think, £750 to have it built.
Wow.
It seems ridiculous,
Wow.
but there it was, yeah.
But that was a lot of money back then, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a lot of money,
Yeah. So obviously you're talking a long time ago. What did you do as a child for fun?
For fun? Oh, God. Well, we used to, I don't know, used to go to the top field, as we called it. I I honestly can't remember what I did. We used to play in the local graveyard. They had some lovely big trees, which we used to sort of climb and mess about on.
Yeah.
I can't remember really what else I did. Well, things used to happen in a wave. First there was whip and top would be a fashion, and then I don't know what, flying a kite or make something. Yeah. I had a cousin that lived close by, and we used to mess around together.
Yeah, so you'd play with friends and
Yeah,
be kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have football. Having a football was quite a thing, because of course there were leather in those days with a bladder inside, and it needed a lot of messing around with. I remember we found one once, and then the owner realized, found out that we got it, so gave it back to him. Yeah. Can't remember much else really. There was a river. The River Don ran at the other end of the village to us, and we'd go down there to the river. Sometimes me and my cousin, and we could get a ferry across the river, a little boat. It was like a penny a trip or some stupid thing like that. But we used to go across on the ferry and then mess around in the woods and what have you.
I like the sound of that.
Sorry?
I like the sound of that.
And we used to, the woods was, there was a golf course there, which, anyway. No, we didn't really much with the golf course. But, it was... just mess around, like lads do.
Yeah, I think that's good, yeah. Do you have a favourite childhood memory then?
I don't think so particularly, no. I can remember, like I said, we lived next door to the school, and my mum used to, at break time, pass me something over, a bun or something like that. You could pass it over the wall to me in the playground. So I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
And I had a sister, who was 2 years older than me. Yeah.
You just got the one sister?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who was died now. She was 2 years older than me, but she unfortunately died at 42 from cancer.
What was her name?
Edith. Yeah. And in the middle of the village there was a football ground, cricket ground, whatever you want to call it, and tennis courts. So it was all right.
Well, that leads me on to the next question. What sports did you play
Well,
as a
tennis
young
more
man?
than anything else. Well, there wasn't opportunity. We didn't have footballs. We didn't have these plastic footballs like you get now. To have a football was to be quite wealthy somehow. I don't know why, but it was. Because it was leather with a bladder. It needed a lot of messing. It's terrible messing around with footballs.
Yeah.
Lacing them up and blowing them up.
You enjoyed tennis though? You enjoyed tennis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was too erratic to make any progress really. Every other stroke may be all right, but that's not enough.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent.
You've got
you?
to be consistent, and I was too inconsistent.
What age did you start playing, and how long did you play for?
I think I was 15 or 16, yeah. I think you had to be 16 to join the local club, but I'm not sure of that. But I think you did.
And how long did you play for?
Well, till I was what, 27, 8, 9. I played over here when I came to Denton.
Yeah.
When I was 25. But like I say, I was too inconsistent to be any good.
Did you play any other sports like golf?
No. We played football if at all possible, if somebody had a ball. And we used to play cricket, sort of thing. But not very organised. The wicket was a coat on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, it did. But no, I never played in a team. I played in the tennis team, I think. But I never played in football or cricket, which were the main sports. You played football in winter and cricket in the summer.
Why is that? What makes them suitable to them seasons?
Well, I don't know. What does make it?
I would have thought
in
winter cricket would have been a nightmare as well.
Oh, right. Well, no, we didn't. We didn't play cricket in the winter. Only in the summer months that we played cricket. And I didn't play much cricket. I didn't play much football. Come to that. It wasn't a lack of wanting to do it. Lack of opportunity.
Yeah.
To do it.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the equipment or the space or whatever.
Yeah. So if you could go back, do you wish football would have been more available, or?
Yeah. Well, I would have played more if I could have played more.
Yeah.
But having a football, you were wealthy.
Yeah. I think it seems like it's the other way around now. Like
Yeah.
playing football is normal, considered like average, and then playing tennis seems like it's more for the wealthy class now.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays anybody can afford a football, but in them days, because the balls were leather, stitched together in pieces of leather.
Yeah, they were really hard, weren't they? The ball's really hard.
Well, yeah, you try heading a wet leather ball, it broke your neck. I remember heading it once and thinking, no, I'm not doing that again. Not with leather all soaked up with water. It was a weighted ton.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was when I was at Technical College in the next town, which was Mexborough. I used to go to the Schofield Technical College in Mexborough.
What did you study?
Strangely enough, plumbing. No, building. It wasn't plumbing particularly. It was useful in later life because you learned to bricklay, woodwork, plumbing. So it was in later life, it was very useful.
Yeah.
You know, I would tackle anything, you know. And then when I left school, I became an apprentice electrician. So then I'd got electrician skills, some bricklaying skills and some woodworking skills, which are always useful, definitely. I would tackle almost anything.
Good, yeah. So you became an apprentice electrician.
Yeah.
Then what happened after that?
Well, the apprenticeship ended when I was 21, and I went I did national service for 2 years.
Right.
In the army. Most of that was done in Egypt, which was all right.
Not particularly memorable.
Not particularly. It was fascinating in that when I went in the army, I didn't go in the Air Force because I got flat feet or something. And when I got flat feet anyway, So they sent me on. I was on the clerk's course, so I then learned how to fill in all these forms. I learned to touch type as well, which was useful later in life. Got to make use of what's there. Because it was straight. Yeah, they trained me to be a clerk. I went out to Egypt, and then the officer who was sorting us all out wanted an electrician, so I became the electrician, and it was a smashing position because nobody bothered me at all, you know. And I slept at the fire station because, well, it had perimeter lights, and we had there was a big metal tubes, and we had a hot, wherever it was, like tar stuff. We had a thing that warmed it up near the coat of these pipes. Yeah, I learned a little bit of Arabic, but I'm not very good. I'm not very good at learning languages. Yeah, I could just about remember to count in Arabic. I can't really remember. Yeah, I can't really remember it now.
It's a difficult language, isn't it?
Possibly, yeah. I never thought about it from that point of view. Little.
So after the army,
Yeah.
and you became an electrician for them.
Yeah. No. Oh yes, I was. Well, when I came back to the UK, well, I went back to work as an electrician this time, not as an apprentice.
Yeah.
For the Yorkshire Electricity Board, as it was then, in Mexborough. I was house wiring mainly. There was a village next door to Mexborough called Dennerby, which was built for the miners for the pits. So it was, a load of terraced houses, and they only had gas lighting. And when we went in and converted to electric.
Oh.
The first one we did took all day, and then the second one took a bit less, and the third one took a bit less. We used to finish by 3:30. The whole house, wired the whole house by 3:30, because it got into a routine. You know, everybody knew what everybody was doing. Well, I used to be an apprentice and an electrician, wiring the houses.
How long did you do that for?
As an electrician, well, I was an electrician until I joined the BBC in 1960, was it? Did I join the BBC? I can't remember. I've got a. If you just go in there, you'll under that funny tube. There,
Oh, yeah.
It tells you.
1958 to 1992.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sound about right?
Yeah.
There you go. Quite a long time. So
Well,
you were an electrical engineer,
Oh no, I'd call myself an electrician,
right?
not an electrical engineer. Although I did night school and day release, and got I think National Certificate Electrical Engineering
What was it like working for the BBC?
for the BBC.
Yeah, what was it like working for them?
Yeah, that was fine. Yeah.
Good.
yeah.
You were there a long time, so
I mean, I went down to, when I was an apprentice, there wasn't the information like there is now. You know, I used to have to, buy magazines as they came out and learn about valves. No transistors, of course. If you know what a valve is.
I don't think anyone who's watching this knows.
Well, I've got something there. I'll show you. There was all sorts of valves. Everything from tiny little things to great big things. But after I came back from the army and went back and worked as an electrician for the Yorkshire Electricity Board, and then I got a job with the NCB, the National Coal Board, at a Manvers, Maine. Now, the NCB was a really great firm to work for. People used to take advantage, but I tried not to. Because they'll pay you to have a day off to go to learn, which was fantastic. I remember those days very well. There was about 3 or 4 of us, and we used to go from 9 in the morning until 9 at night, with a couple of breaks, of course. Just go down to the local cafe. And yeah,
What did you do for them? For the National Coal Board?
I was an electrician. Yeah.
What did that involve then?
Well, I worked at Manvers, Maine coal preparation plant. When you dig coal out, you get a lot of dirt as well as coal. So they had all these big machines. I'm trying to remember the names of them, that separated dirt from coal, because coal was lighter in weight than dirt was. Oh, is, should I say. It was a massive place. It was a big place. As big as the BBC was in Manchester. It was bigger than that, in fact. It was really quite a engineering. It was, I mean, we used to have contactors for all the, contactors are like electric switches. Call them relays if you want, but they were bigger than relays. And then we had a contact hall which was maybe 100 yards long, and contactors both sides as you walk down for all the machinery that was in the thing. It was quite a good job.
So how long were you there for?
Good question. Well, I went in there when I came out of the army, didn't I? Yes. So that'd be 63, something like that, 63, and I'd be there for, I don't know, 2 years, say, 64.
And then you went straight to the BBC
Yeah.
from there?
Yeah. All the, looking at the electrical magazines that I bought to try and, because I was interested in electronics, paid off when I got to the job at the BBC, of course.
Yeah.
They asked me to draw something and I drew it and it was spot on.
Was that in your job interview?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So I was in straight away.
So they told you got the job during the interview?
I can't remember.
Yeah. Talking a long time ago.
Yeah.
So what did you do for the BBC exactly?
Well, maintained it and tested it and all the different equipment. And I used to do the roving eye, you know what that is. It's a Humber Super Snipe with a camera on top. a big old-fashioned 4.5-inch tube TV, camera, should I say. And Don Mackay used to be, he was only small. So Don Mackay was on the top of the Humber Super Snipe with the camera, and I used to be in the vehicle, controlling the camera electronically. Because it's not like today, you can just switch a camera on and it works. There you had a lot of little tweaks to get the optimum performance. A lot of little knobs which you had to tweak and just get it right.
Yeah, technology's come.
Oh, it's come a hell of a long way.
Yeah, you've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah. I always said they never paid us enough because we went from valves, 405, then we went to sort of transistors, 625, then colour, and then integrated circuits. There was in that line of business, while I was there, it went from valves to integrated circuits. What other job do you have such a change? I mean, integrated circuits is far away from valves as you can sort of think of.
So you had to learn.
Yeah, all the time, yeah. But I was interested, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a hard work. And the BBC used to have an engineering training school in Evesham, Worcestershire. I think it's Worcestershire. And we used to go on different courses down to Evesham. I was on the motorbike then. I used to go down on the motorbike. Yeah.
Did you enjoy riding
Yes,
a motorbike?
I did. Yeah. Well, on a nice day, it's lovely. Yeah.
On a nice day, yeah.
Going on the A515 from Buxton to I know.
Yeah.
515. It's a straight road. It's straight. It's up and down, but it's straight. So I used to go 90. Used to really open the throttle up there.
Bit of a daredevil.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Just going back to the development in technology, what have you seen be the biggest change in technology in the way people are now?
Going from what you call valves, that's the biggest change, yes, yeah. Going to semiconductors.
What does that actually mean to like someone stupid like me?
Well, there's no relationship between the two technologies.
Right.
None at all. They don't cross each other's path at all.
Well, what do they do? What do they do? What does a valve do and what does a
transistor do?
Yeah.
Well, they do the same job. Amplify electrical signals. Well, not just amplify, manipulate them.
So does that apply to like all electronics?
Yeah.
Everything, TV, phone.
Yeah, there's just, I'm saying just. Some clever buggers thought of how to use it properly.
So from valves to transistors, has that been one of the most significant
absolutely
advancements in technology?
In my line of work.
In your line of work, yeah.
That was, it's like going from, I don't know, if you were a carpenter, going from working with wood to working with metal probably, something like that.
Yeah.
Entirely different. We didn't get any recognition.
One of my questions is, so technology's come so far now.
Oh,
like,
it's
in my lifetime, quite a lot. In your lifetime,
a tremendous amount. Yeah,
just everything's changed.
Yes,
everything.
Yeah.
Do you think that's
electronics?
Do you think that's been for the better?
Oh yeah. I mean, you wouldn't have flat screen TVs. You wouldn't be able to record this on that without all the going. I mean, valves are all sorts of sizes, from that big to that big, and bigger. But transistors, well, you can get big transistors as well, yeah.
How big? How big?
I don't know what the biggest one would be, but I should think about that by that. Would be quite a big transistor.
What would you need a big one for? Just
Well, to handle more power.
to take more power in, or to give more power out?
To give more power out, yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, if you've got a transmitter, you get a signal from wherever it comes from the studio, goes to the transmitter. It's then got to be boosted to kilowatts of power to the aerial, so it's radiated out.
So obviously technology, you've gone from valves,
Yes.
transistors, internet would be the next big thing.
No, I don't think
After that,
I'm
I mean,
trying
what,
to think whether. Yeah, we must have. Yeah, we must have had the internet when I was still working for the Bee. I think we did.
yeah.
I think it was. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get a timeline of
Yeah.
developments. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have valves to transistors, and then
Integrated circuits, computers.
computers. Yeah.
Yeah. I got quite into computers. I learned what I would call machine code language. People, I don't know whether you realise that computers have languages. There's all sorts of languages. Basic was designed to be nice and easy, but there was all sorts of different languages. Must be 10 different languages for computers. I learnt one or two, but I had no really use for them. I just did it because I was interested.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah. I mean, coding now
Yeah.
is huge.
Yes. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. Like I could code at one time, I could code at what they call machine code level, whereas I actually coding, telling the CPU, the central processing unit, what to do. Well, most people I think now would go to a language which is easier, and the language have to translate it to talk to the CPU. But I could actually programmers talk to a Z80 CPU in its own language. But I had no reason for it, just interest. I didn't use it for anything.
What interests you now, technology-wise?
Well, I watch YouTube. Technology now is a TV set. I'm still interested in technology. Yeah, I mean, some of the technology YouTubes I watch, they're quite interesting. Some of them.
Anything going on at the moment, technology-wise?
I'll have to think. There is, but I can't think of it or what. Yeah, there's always something going on.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on.
I mean, the development of LEDs, that was a major step. Because originally LEDs were only in the infrared. You couldn't see the light. And then this brilliant guy, I don't know his name, worked out how to make them almost any colour. You know, ultraviolet and
How is that done? How do you get them to make different colours?
I've forgotten. I can't think of it just off the top of my head.
I mean, now we have OLED and
Yeah.
QLED.
Yeah. OLEDs. Is I can't think. Can't think. Organic. What's the point? I mean, that television is OLED.
Hmm. What's the difference between that and normal LED?
Well, I don't know. I can't think. I did know, but
Yeah.
it's flown away.
I don't know the difference.
Well, yeah, every pixel on there is an individual transistor. Every picture on there. So it's, you know, it's all LEDs all over. Where the other system is, lost it. I've lost it. When colour first came out, of course, there wasn't flat screen TVs. It was all cathode ray tubes. And they had red, green and blue phosphor spots to generate the picture. If you know what a cathode ray tube is. You don't know what a cathode ray tube is?
I don't think many people watching this will know.
Oh, blimey. Well, it's an old black and white is a cathode ray tube.
Right.
But you could have, you know, they invented these colours, which were difficult. It was quite, there was a lot of electronics round the neck of a colour tube, colour TV, to guide the beam of electrons to the right red, green or blue spots. Yeah.
What do you think of AI? Have you seen much about AI?
I've seen too much. It sounds fascinating. It could be good or it could be bad. Could be good, could be bad. But it's fascinating, yeah. Especially when it produces pictures. You know, I was just watching earlier, there was these 3 lovely girls on and they said, they're all generated by AI. And you think, you what? It's mind-blowing. I don't think anybody really knows how to use it yet.
No, because it's limitless, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, now they've got text to video.
Sorry?
They've got text to video.
Right.
So not only can it make pictures, it can actually make...
Yeah. I've been thinking of trying to get it to, on the computer, because you can use AI on the computer.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Now what was I trying to make? I was thinking of trying. I was going to try and get it to do something for me. My brain's not got.
I actually used it for this interview.
Oh, right.
So I had all these questions that I'm asking you.
Right.
But they were all in random orders. So I put them into ChatGPT and I told it to order them in a coherent way, and it just ordered them all for me and grouped the similar questions.
It's just mind blowing. It really is
Yeah.
mind blowing, that artificial intelligence. It could be the making or it could be the breaking. Probably. I think it's got a major future in health.
Yeah.
You know.
I believe it's solving problems with science and maths. And
Yeah.
It really could be. Is your prediction optimistic then, or
Sorry?
is your prediction optimistic?
I think you've got to be. Yeah, you've got to be optimistic about it. Fascinating. Yeah.
Like you say, it's whoever uses it, I suppose, and it's how you use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could use it for good or you could use it for evil, I suppose. No reason. Why not?
We'll get you set up on it, and you can decide what you want to use it for. So going back to screens, Do you have a favourite film?
A favourite film? I don't think I do particularly. I like Star Wars, the original things. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But I liked Avatar recently. Gunfight in the OK Corral. That was going back. When I first came over to join the BBC in Manchester, my home was in Yorkshire. I wasn't married. And I used to have some digs there. And there was 5 cinemas within walking distance.
Wow.
And the dearest one was 2 and 6 months, I think. So I could watch it. I could watch a different film every day because they all changed. They had 2 films on a week each. So it was, yeah. I used to go to the cinema a lot because it was cheap. And,
Was that before you had TV at home as well?
well, I wasn't. I didn't have this house. I wasn't married.
Yeah,
I was in digs. I was in. I had a landlady and digs. Just a bread and breakfast, really. I wasn't really a lodger. It was just a bed and breakfast, and I used to come travel between Manchester and York and home. For a weekend, every weekend, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think I must have been caught. Yeah, I was definitely caught in there. So of course I wanted to go home and see my sweetheart.
How did you propose to Nana? Or should we say, how did you meet Nana? And then...
Oh, right. Well, we met at a dance. Me going to a dance. Let's see. I'm no dancer, to be honest. But we met at a dance. Apparently, I walked in and she was over there. And she said to her sister, I'm going to marry him. I'm really pleased she did. Because she's a terrific wife. She really is. Unbelievable.
What? So, yeah, go on. So how did you propose to her?
Can't remember. And it wasn't, it was just, I don't know. I don't think there was any like you see on TV where they produce a ring. No. It just happened.
Fair enough, yeah. Where was the wedding?
It was at the Methodist Church in Wath-on-Dearn, where Sylvia used to go. She used to be a Sunday school teacher, Sylvia.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, that was a Methodist church, and I was a Methodist, well, sort of, in our local village. My dad was like a local preacher. Not full time, but people used to ask him to come and take a service or something like that. I've never done that. When I went to technical college, I remember going into the plumbing, because we had plumbing, like I said earlier, was one of the subjects. And the guy who taught it was an atheist, and he said that. I couldn't believe that somebody didn't believe in God. But I don't believe in God now.
Was that quite rare back then?
I think possibly, yes, he was, yeah.
People didn't have information as much, did they? So they didn't question
No.
things. Yeah.
No.
What are your beliefs now then?
I'm born, I'm dying, that's it. Finished.
Simple.
Simple, yeah. There's no afterlife, there's no soul. Yeah. I mean, if there's a soul, when did it start? When did the soul appear or whatever? No. When you're dead, you're dead. Finished.
Simple. Very simple.
Well, yeah. I mean, why would it be complicated anyway? Yeah. You just become a load of dust.
So go back to the wedding. What was your favourite part of the wedding?
Oh, favourite part of them. I can't remember.
You can say the whole thing if you want to give a cheat answer.
Yeah, I don't think I had a favourite part really at all. It was at Sylvia's Methodist Church, and you don't have alcohol if you're a Methodist. So we had Ribena to drink the help.
I didn't know you had Ribena back then.
Oh yeah.
Where did you go on your honeymoon?
We went and stayed in Cumbria. Sylvia had some a friend who lived in Cumbria. We went and stayed with her. We went in my dad's Reliant 3-wheeler van. All with,
Is that one wheel at the front?
yeah,
So-
one wheel at the front. While we were there, I actually turned it over. Right over, back on its wheels.
With Sylvia in the car?
Yeah, and the son of where we were staying. He was only, I don't know, 8, 9, something like that.
Were you all okay?
Yeah, really, yeah.
Is it quite easy to tip one over?
Well, what happened was, I was driving along, something happened, and I looked over there, and then the next minute I was on the side of the road, you know. So I just twisted the wheel back to get back on the road, and I twisted it too hard, and it just went, and back on its wheels. So
Was that your first?
the little lad who was with us didn't know it had happened. He's, well, what's happened?
Because obviously you just rolled and you were back in.
Yeah.
You were back in place.
Yeah.
Was that your first ever car crash?
Sorry?
Was that your first ever crash on the
yeah.
road?
I thought I hope my only car's crash as well.
Not bad going.
Yeah.
What was the honeymoon like?
Sorry?
What was the honeymoon like in Cumbria?
Well, lovely.
Just a nice.
Yeah. Well, this house was built by, at the time, I have a feeling I can't remember. I think the first night after we were married, I think we stayed in here. Yeah, we didn't drive all the way to Cumbria after the wedding. It'd be a bit late in the day by the time you set off. So I think we went up the following day. Sylvia will probably remember better than I do.
Yeah, we'll see, won't we?
Yeah.
So when did you move to Denton?
61, when we got married.
And then that's when you started working for the BBC?
No, I was already working for the BBC. I used to travel over the Pennines, stay here Monday to Friday, well, Monday to Thursday, and then go home back to Yorkshire at the weekend.
Right. So then after some time at the BBC, you had this house built, didn't you?
Yes. Well, they were building. I just changed the interior, and I was very lucky that the builder would do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Afterwards, I thought I never really thanked him. Never. I should have. I feel very guilty about that because he was a great builder. Can you do this? Oh yes, I'll do that for you.
So they were already building the house.
Yeah, they were doing this estate. Yeah.
And then you essentially paid for the house. Did you pay for the house and then change the design?
No. Before it was built, I did a few drawings of how it could be different. And I went to the office, the builder's office, and said, do you think you could do one of these? You know, the interior. And this is what we ended up with,
Yeah.
because the others, the front rooms at the front, you know, the main room is at the front, and the kitchen's at the back. Well, my kitchen's at the front. This is at the back.
Yeah, totally flipped to
Yeah.
normal houses, yeah.
Yeah, and it worked very well. It's all, I've never regretted it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I bet that was quite fun,
Yeah, it worked.
doing
Yeah.
the drawings.
Yeah, and I was very lucky that a builder would do it
Yeah.
as well.
How many designs did you make?
I just did two, one with the bathroom there and one with the bathroom at the front.
Oh, and then the kitchen on the side?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, this is how it ended up.
This is, yeah.
Henry next door, he worked for the BBC as well. And he's done his different. He's had he's got his back to his big room is this way as opposed to that way. His big room's front to back,
Okay.
where mine's side to side.
Hmm.
Got the best deal because it's south facing.
Exactly, you let the sunlight in. Yeah, it must be quite nice kind of knowing you designed the house.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose I feel proud of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because obviously I didn't know that you designed it until quite recently.
Right.
I was like, okay, that's really cool, yeah.
Well, I didn't. I just drew a different shape. That was all. They, like I said, were very, very lucky that we had a builder who would do it.
Hmm.
I mean, how many builders would change the design?
Yeah, I mean,
Someone said he'd done another one like this in Ashton. Just he did an estate going out of Ashton to Mosley. There's an estate on the left, and somebody said he'd done a house the same as this there. Whether he has or not, I don't know. I one time I was going to ride around and see, but I never did.
how much did it cost you, this house?
Not very much actually. 3,300, I think.
I'm not sure. I think we did calculate it, but it was still, even with a calculator, it was really cheap. I think it works out to about 50,000 or something.
What now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is still
I think the unique shape of it would put 10,000 on it.
easily.
Yeah.
Easily, yeah. Let's go to the next question. Let's talk about Nana for a bit. So, you got married, you went on your honeymoon.
Yeah.
And then 9 months later,
Alison appeared.
is that a coincidence that the honeymoon and the birth were
No,
9 months
no
apart?
coincidence. It was like bingo.
Yeah.
First. Anyway, I was old really, because I was 27, I think, when we got married.
And how old was Nana?
19, I think. Yes, 19. She's a marvel. My wife is a marvel. She really is.
What's your favourite thing about her?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have her. I just think she's wonderful.
Yeah.
I sometimes criticise her, but really I shouldn't.
Yeah. What's been like some of your favourite memories with her?
Oh, I don't know. Don't know. No, don't know.
Like going on holiday? You've been on holiday quite a few times.
Buying the apartment in Lanzarote, maybe.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to our apartment?
I did, yeah.
You did, because I took you out
I did.
to look at the stars.
I don't remember that, yeah. It must have been.
Because you can't see the stars here because of the light pollution and the weather. Yeah. I think it was you. Yeah, it went sort of like into a desert space. And I said, get out of the car, just look up.
I wish I could remember. I must have been too young. Yeah. When I think back
I
to
think it was you. It might have been Dean, I suppose. No,
Yeah.
I don't think it was Dean. I think it was you. But
yeah,
somebody said no, it wasn't. It was Dean.
yeah. Someone might be able to tell you. Yeah. Yeah, it was a nice place, wasn't it? Lanzarote. It was
Yes,
nice.
quite nice. Yeah,
You had the apartment for a long time, didn't you?
yeah. We had it for 25 years, I think.
Yeah.
61 till whenever. Yeah, we had it quite a while. Yeah.
What made you buy an apartment in Lanzarote rather than anywhere else?
Well, we had friends who used to go to Lanzarote, Joyce and Frank, and we went with them. And they were looking for somewhere to buy, so we just did the same sort of thing.
Yeah, that's nice. What other places have been memorable, holiday-wise?
Apart from Lanzarote, you mean?
Yeah. You went on a cruise.
Yes, yeah. It was all right. I wouldn't rave about it. It was. I'm glad we went, but
Where did you go?
Mediterranean cruise. It was Sicily, Italy. Can't remember. Was it? I don't think we called it Greece. Anyway, we went with friends of ours, Tony and Molly, who's same age as we were, and courting at the same time and what have you. But they weren't as well off as we were, so they couldn't really afford to go on the trips. With cruises, the dock, and then you go off on a trip. We went to Rome, and I lost Sylvia. Look, right in the middle with all those broken down things. Anyway, I did find her again eventually.
How did that happen? Did she wander off?
Well, there's a lot of people wandering around, and I don't know. Anyway, we found because there's quite a few people, employees of the line, go with you. So I found one of them and said, "Oh, I've lost my wife. Don't look too hard for her." That was a joke, but yeah, so we found her.
Have you got a favourite holiday destination?
Not really, I don't think. No.
If I said, right, let's go on holiday right now, where would you feel inclined to go?
Well, Turkey looks nice.
Turkey?
It's on the advertising on Turkish Riviera. Look, I've never been.
So from the places that you've been, though, where would you want to go again the most?
I don't know. I really don't know. Ibiza was quite nice. Yeah, I suppose Ibiza might be the best.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you do in Ibiza?
Well, we just were on a holiday, but I remember you could hire little sailing boats. I remember sailing around in one of those with somebody we met on a holiday. He was a builder who lived in the south of England. And we just got chatting, and he knew more about sailing boats than I did.
Yeah. It's not easy sailing, is it?
Well, it wasn't. There was only little things.
Yeah.
A little sail, and in a bay, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a gentle breeze. It's no good having a sailing boat if there's no breeze.
You're a sitting duck then, are you? What's been some of your favourite memories from the family holidays we've had?
All right. Oh, yeah. I think probably the ones in Wales when we stayed in that part where we could go onto the ramparts at Carnarvon, not Carnarvon. No, it wasn't. What's the name? Where was well, where was Charles made? What they call it of Wales, Prince of Wales. That town there, but yeah, I think that was nice. Although we've had a few in Wales, haven't we?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, there's that one where it's like a campsite, but it has all little huts, whatever you want to call them, cabins.
I'm trying to remember.
There was a stream running through it. It was nice. Yeah, that was nice. I could drive there. But I can't remember the name of it now. Yeah, that was all right. But the one where we could go onto the walls of Carnarvon. What's Carnarvon? It is Carnarvon, isn't it? Yeah. From where we were, we had access to the walls. Not a lot, but some access to the walls that used to defend against the wild Welshmen. Yes. I don't know.
Was that the wall that was to the back of the house then?
Yes.
Oh, that was what that was for?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good. Did you go fishing with us?
Can't remember.
That wasn't when we stayed there. That was when we stayed at Glanguna, which is this caravan stroke chalet, type site. Yeah, we went down and caught a few fish and ate them. Because I remember thinking, fresh fish is different to what you buy. It was fresh fish. It was very good.
Yeah, much better than the supermarket.
Yes, yeah. It was like we caught it and then 2 hours later we cooked it and ate it. Yeah, it was good.
So, what's your favourite place in the UK? If you could, let's say, you could live anywhere in the UK.
All right.
And no other circumstances, like family and things like that played a part.
Good question. Don't know the answer really. There's lots of nice places. I think probably there's somewhere on the Pennines, like we stayed at. What was the place we stayed at? It was on just south of Matlock.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
You should know. You were there.
I just came along for the ride.
No, that was the one where it was a mill. It had been a mill, and there was a water wheel at the side. It didn't work, but there was a water wheel. Yeah.
Somewhere there then.
Yeah. What was it? I'm trying to think of the name of the place. I remember why are names so difficult to recall? Bloody hell, I can't think of his name. Neil. Neil and I, when we were in that place I was just talking about, we went and looked round this museum, which was fascinating, really. We had these jacquard looms, if you know what a jacquard loom is. It's where it's like the jacquard loom. It can weave almost anything. We have wooden things with holes in. That's where it's like an early computer, really, because it looks at it and prints that pattern, then looks at the next one and prints that pattern. Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah, they were like the first computers, weren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Jacquard loom, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was fascinating, yeah. Pity it wasn't working, but you can't have everything, can you? Use the imagination. Yeah, it was nice little village, just south of Matlock.
What are some of the biggest life lessons you've learned? Being nearly 92 years of age, that should be 92 years worth of wisdom.
No idea, really. Don't really know. Don't know.
Nothing comes to mind.
No, nothing comes to mind, no. If I've got a mind these days.
Let's reframe it then. So if you could restart your life, knowing what you know now, is there anything you'd change?
I can't think of it.
But you could have been a bit more consistent with tennis.
Yeah, I could have been. Yeah, that would have been nice.
But other than that, you wouldn't change much?
No, I don't think I would have changed much. No. I've had a good life.
Yeah.
Smashing wife, smashing family. What more can you ask?
Yeah. It's a good place to be in that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people who may get asked that question may have a lot of things that they would change.
Yeah.
And
my life's been okay.
it still is.
Still is, yeah.
Yeah.
Still is, yeah.
What do you think, when you were younger, what do you think was really important to you then that now you've realised it's not important at all, or not as important as you originally thought?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I don't think.
Well, there is no right answer.
No. Oh, no.
Just your priorities, basically. Have your priorities changed over the years?
Yeah, I suppose they do, yeah. I mean, the most exciting times of my life, where I was in a really good place, was joining the BBC and marrying Sylvia. They were the major things in my life.
Yeah. So they were your focus?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
What's your focus now? What are your priorities now? I mean, obviously you've still got Nana.
Watching YouTube.
YouTube. I'm guilty of the same. I've given myself a 1 hour.
Oh, right.
1 hour limit.
Well, it's gone. Mine's gone wrong. I was going to ask you. I've lost the sound.
I'll have a look.
On YouTube. had a little wander round and I couldn't see.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it. So, YouTube, that's one of your priorities. What do you watch on YouTube?
Oh, all sorts.
Just a bit of everything.
All sorts. Anything. I play some music on YouTube as well.
Yeah. What kind of music do you like?
60s?
60s. Do you have a favourite artist or a favourite song?
No, I don't think I do really.
No.
No. I quite find it fascinating how the Beatles sort of dominated the world, really, in a way. You know, I mean, they performed in Russia, in the Red Square, and they met Putin, and Putin showed them round the Kremlin. It's fascinating. I think Putin should be reminded of those days.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
What's your speaking of Putin, I mean, I don't know anything about politics, national or global.
right.
What's your opinion on everything that's going on politics wise? I mean,
It's all seems to be all machoism, I think. You know, it's all men showing what power they've got, things like that. There's other things in life as well, besides telling a load of people to kill a load of other people. But, you know, people do it. What can you do? I don't know.
Do you have any regrets in life?
I suppose there must be some, but I wouldn't like to think of it.
Yeah, you'd rather
Yeah,
look forwards than backwards.
I suppose so. Although there's not a long way to look forward to.
You never know with advancements in technology and medical science. You know, we might figure out immortality next week.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. Yeah. I don't know whether you could put your personality into a machine. You know, you download your brain into a computer, say.
Potentially. Black Mirror is a series and they deal with a lot of different topics, and one of that was it was like a AI, and if it had enough data from a person,
Yeah.
so for example like this video, it could emulate your speech and your personality and the things you say. Yeah, so we're not really far off that. We're not far off that at all.
I must pay a call.
All right.
So if you want to stop it for...
Yeah. As I've just said to my grandpa off camera, we're running on 8% battery on the phone now, so we're going to have to wrap up quite swiftly.
We've probably got a charger that'll do it.
Yeah, we'll carry on another time, I think, and I'll have more questions for you. I'll have more questions, so I'll just pick some now that I think are worth asking right now.
Well, you better remember what you've asked, because I won't.
Well, I could ask it again and then your answer might change. What is your biggest fear in life? And has that fear changed over the years? Or do you fear nothing?
No, I can't think I've got one.
No fears?
No, I don't think I've got one. A big fear in life, such as dying.
I think that's the main one people have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you fear death?
Well, once you're dead, there's no problem, is it? It's just the process of dying, and you don't know what's going to happen. Well, I do know what's going to happen, but well, not avoidable.
Yeah, so it's not worth worrying about.
No.
No. Did you have any fears when you were younger?
No, I don't think so. No. Life was just a breeze.
Nice, yeah. You're lucky to say that, really, because I think now, like the young generation, you know, they fear how people view them, what's
Yeah.
going to happen in the future. You know, anxiety is through the roof, it seems, for a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know why. They've got more opportunities probably than ever. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's perception, the way people are locked into the media.
I don't understand why all this gender things suddenly come. You know, girls feeling like boys and boys feeling like. Where's that come from? It seems to be only the last sort of month or so that it's cropped its head up.
Mm.
Doesn't make it. Never even thought about it at the age they're thinking about it.
Mm. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. What? Well,
social media. It doesn't help, does it?
no, I don't think so.
No.
As many benefits as there are to social media, there's a lot of downsides.
Yeah, I must admit I don't really know, but yeah, I get the impression. I mean, it's very useful for one thing. You can put your opinion out to millions of people, I suppose, and ideas and that. But you can also put all the rubbish. That's the trouble.
Mm.
Need somebody to edit it. Well, then it's very. Oh, it is edited, isn't it, to some extent? Social media.
When you post something,
Yeah.
there's guidelines, isn't there?
Yeah.
And if you breach them, your post will get removed.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah, you're not allowed to, slag somebody off or threaten to kill somebody or.
no, yeah, there are
Yeah, so,
guidelines.
yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot slips through the cracks, and policies as well on ages children can have social media. I believe.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think 13.
Yeah.
A 13-year-old is classed as an adult in the eyes of social media.
Yeah,
Essentially.
It's not really, is it? You'd have to go to 22, I think, to really have a grip on life that's worth worrying about.
Yeah, I think it's no coincidence that your generation.
Sorry?
I think it's no coincidence that your generation didn't and still don't have much anxiety, and that the new generation does.
Yeah, but
'Cause
why?
Well,
You
there's a lot of
get all
factors.
this. The news is nearly always negative, isn't it? Fighting and famines, which of course we didn't know about.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, if there was a famine in wherever, we wouldn't know about it when I was growing up.
Yeah.
It's a pity about that. But pity the world aren't more friendly with each other.
It is.
I think it's men's ego most of the time that causes most of the problems.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just a lack of focus on what's important as
Yeah.
well, because all the resources we put into fighting, if we put that into solving problems, we could have ended world hunger.
Yeah. But then again, I do believe we must have a strong armed forces. You can't risk somebody you've got to deter them from attacking you.
Yeah, just because you're nice doesn't mean you don't need to have it in the.
Yeah, you've got to have the power there when you need it.
Just in case. Otherwise, you're inviting, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, people are so nasty, can be so nasty.
Yeah, it's just
Terrible.
a fact of life, isn't it? Yeah. Obviously, I'm going to have to sieve through these questions. I can't ask them all. We'll have to revisit some. So I'm going to just... what makes you happy?
Oh, God. I think when all my family's around,
Yeah.
you know, when they all come round here, we all talk. I can't hear what anybody says, but it's a happy sound.
Yeah. Just a buzz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
it's lovely. Mind you, I'm not at all that sad when they've all gone either, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy to have them. Happy to have them here, but happy to see them leave. As well.
Yeah, you don't want too much of a good thing.
No.
As they
True.
say. Yeah. So going back to when you were younger, if you could have had any job, what would you have done?
I think I would have liked to have been a pilot,
What kind of pilot?
RAF pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So fighter jet.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm not brainy enough for that.
What makes you say that? Just a thrill of the
I don't know.
flying?
Just you look up and you see these guys that's whizzing around the sky, and you think, well, that must be marvelous. But when you sat there, I suppose it's different.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
I thought you might have said astronaut.
Too risky.
Very risky. Yeah.
Uh,
You probably would have missed home as well.
yes. I don't know. Yeah, that sort of thing. What? Who dug all the questions up for you? AI.
I think I got some off an article and some I came up with myself.
Right.
Yeah, so I think I came up with this one. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
You mean like? I suppose you want to be. The only trouble with this, I was going to say mental, but that might make you very lonely.
Go on, what? Sorry, what superpower?
If I had super mental.
Oh, like super cognitive
Yes.
power, like
Yeah.
like you're a supercomputer.
Wise or whatever. The only trouble with that would be it would make you very lonely. I think. I don't know. It depends how.
I mean, if you were that smart, you would be so smart that you could figure out how to be happy
Yes, I
and not
suppose.
feel lonely.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you would. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
What would you do with that superpower?
Oh well, I have no idea.
Yeah, I suppose the superpower.
Answer your questions better.
Well, I think the superpower itself would give you the answers to your own questions and generate the
Oh,
you know
right. Yeah.
because if you were that smart, you would then know what to do with the power.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Good thought. Yeah.
Maybe that's what AI will be for us.
Yeah.
It will be our super brain
Yeah.
potentially. Could give us the answers.
I've no idea how AI draws those pictures.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Brilliant.
I don't know. No idea.
Yeah. We'll get you set up on it and get you on ChatGPT and get you on DALL-E. It's called DALL-E. OpenAI is the company. They have ChatGPT and DALL-E. And DALL-E is what creates the images.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
So we'll get you set up and you can have a play. We'll finish up
Right.
on the last question. What is the meaning of life?
I don't think it has any particular meaning. Meaning to who? It's, well, I suppose, as an individual. But, you know, there's millions of stars and planets and that, with life and without life. I don't know. It's just, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. When you think of space, I mean, a light year, how long is a light year? I mean, you can't imagine it, the distance in a light year. I can't. It's just mind-blowing.
Mm. So it's a mystery then? It's a mystery, would you say?
Well, it's not, no, I wouldn't say it was a mystery. It's beyond my comprehension.
Yeah.
A light year, bloody hell.
Yeah.
And they say these some are hundreds of billions of light years as well. I think man as a whole have been quite clever. We're on a little bit of a rock round an average star in an average universe, and yet we can think about. I think man's quite good that he can think about the universe outside himself. You know, how many brains are there in the universe?
We don't
I've
know.
no idea what the use is of the universe, why it exists, does it exist? We might be all just thoughts in a big brain.
Who knows? There's a lot of theories, isn't there? What's your theory?
I don't think I have one really. Just happened. But it's just to try and imagine a light year and then imagine hundreds of light years. I mean, it's just beyond my.
Maybe that's the meaning of life, just to have your mind blown
Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah.
by the universe.
But yeah, I try sometimes to think how long a light year is, but it's impossible.
Well, you just have to look out at the stars, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it's astronomers must. I don't know. I think man's marvellous, and that we are these little bits of life on a little bit of a rock in space round an insignificant sun in an insignificant galaxy. I think it's quite good that we can think outside it. You know, imagine it. Somebody does.
Mm. Yeah.
I think, but yeah, I'm quite an admirer of man.
Mm. We've not done bad,
No, I think we've done very well, really.
considering the circumstances.
Yeah.
What's your predictions for the future of humanity? And
Well, the sun's going to burn the earth up, of course.
I think we've got a few million years before that.
Yeah. Well, I hope we stop killing each other and think about everybody on the planet. Well, you know, when somebody's in trouble, we go and help them, not make war.
Mm.
I mean, apart from Africa, I think the populations are shrinking.
Mm.
You know, Africa is the only place where we're getting more people than they're dying. So, and with less people, we might get to a state where we're all thinking of each other instead of being narcissistic or whatever.
Yeah, we might find our balance.
Yeah.
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 Do you have any predictions for what we might achieve in the next few 100 years? Do you think we'll colonise other planets?
I don't think we'll colonise them. We'll certainly probably go and live there, some people. But I can't see it. There's no resources to live on. You know, I mean, if you went to Mars, what would you? Where would you get your food from? Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's Elon Musk's plan, though, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I mean, he could. I'm not saying he couldn't live on Mars, but I don't see the point, really.
Yeah, when you've got a perfectly good planet here.
Yeah.
Let's focus on this one.
Yeah, except you never know when you're explorers what's going to happen. Like Christopher Columbus, he just sailed out and thought he got to India,
And what did he discover?
America.
Yeah. I don't know enough history.
Oh bloody hell! You know, Christopher Columbus bumped into America on his way to China.
Oh, it got in his way, did it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Well, now I do.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to end it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you have any final thoughts that you want to share?
Not really, I don't think.
Anything you want to say to anyone who's watching this?
All right. It's nice to have met you all. It's lovely when we're all together, even though I can hardly hear anybody because of my deafness. But yeah, it's lovely. I just hope I'll last till the holiday.
I think you will.
Well, I hope so, but you never know.
You never know. I might not last.
Well, you might not last, no.
Yeah. Just one day at a time.
Yeah.
We'll go for a run now.
Right.
Yeah.
Enjoy your run.
No, me and you, we're going for a run.
I wish I could.
Yeah, well, that was one of my questions, actually. I'll ask it you now, but if I click my fingers now and you were put in your 21-year-old body and you were able-bodied like you were,
Yeah.
what's the first thing you'd go and do?
Good question. I might go for a walk down to the river.
Yeah. I thought that might be your answer. Yeah. Maybe go for a game of tennis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I'm not very good, but one can try. Pick your opponents very carefully that you can beat.
Yeah. Pick your opponents well and pick your parents well. Right, we'll close it there.
Yeah, okay, yeah.